Well, Teach For Malaysia, the beauty of the model is that, number one, it's something that has worked both in America, UK, and across like 17 or 18 other countries. And it's fundamentally a very simple formula that just says recruit the best Malaysians and put them in the most challenging schools so that they would take up that challenge to solve that education inequity. It is a universal truth that transcends culture and context, and with that basic fact, and you see it work, why not it work in Malaysia as well?
So we've been recruiting in the UK, US, Malaysia and Australia. It's been really exciting because we've had the chance to speak to students in a lot of top universities in these countries, Malaysian students, who all tell me that they want to do something that's, meaningful, that is high impact. They want to be able to make a difference in the country, but a lot of them just don't know how. They don't know how they're going to use their skills and experiences to create this type of impact in Malaysia. And hearing about a program like Teach For Malaysia, which gives them the channel for them to actually do that, they get really enthusiastic about it. So it's definitely something that across the board I've seen Malaysian students, spoken to Malaysian students firsthand who really want to get involved.
I've had the opportunity to see some really amazing classrooms just across the network. In Teach For America, for example, I see students who are really inspired and engaged in their work, who don't even notice when observers walk into the classroom, who are really passionate and have a sense of urgency, as well as a lot of joy in their learning, who take responsibility for their learning and are really inspired to just achieve. And I think that's what we're trying to get, and that's what we're trying to bring out in the Teach For Malaysia Fellows at our training.
When I attended Teach For America's 20th Anniversary Summit back in February, and they had 11,000 alumni in one space, in one convention center, all celebrating the work and the impact that Teach For America has had over the last 20 years. And it was just phenomenal. It was so inspiring to see what they'd achieved and to hear from alumni who had done all kinds of things, from staying on in education and becoming education leaders, to becoming senators and legislators, to being leaders in all facets of society, and to see what they've achieved and to think about what Teach For Malaysia can become in the next 5, 10, 20 years going forwards is so exciting. And to think that it's also a global movement where it's not just us, not just Teach For America, it's 19 countries in the network all championing this cause.
Why do companies want to support the program? Is because we focus a lot on leadership skills, and the companies in Malaysia are starting to see that just giving money into education, providing extra classes, is not giving the right impact that they want to see on student achievement. So we focus a lot more on student achievement on a daily basis in classrooms, and that we have also data to show that we are delivering results. Now, companies are then saying, okay, if someone can go into classrooms, they have the maturity to take the lead in classrooms, inspire and motivate not only 40 children, but also 80 parents on top of that. Imagine what they can do in their respective organizations. How can they solve some of the bigger challenges that corporations face?
So for our school, right smack center of town, one of the biggest problems that they have in this school is malnutrition. Malnutrition, a problem that I associated with sub-Saharan Africa, not something I associated with in right smack center of town. And it turns out that many of the students in the school came from families where parents couldn't afford to pay for their food. They generally come from large families, so their parents ration who got breakfast, who got lunch, who got dinners. And that was really shocking to me, because I didn't expect to see that, to hear about that, of a school in KL. They're hungry. If you think about it, how can you do well in an exam with an empty stomach? So that was part of the problem. Of course, they come from backgrounds where there are a number of problems. But it was also really inspiring because many of the teachers I met at the school really cared about the children. They had drives where they would collect money from all the teachers to pay for food before exams, for example, for the students who were taking exams on that day. There were teachers who literally visited the houses of these students when they think that they needed an extra push, to show that someone cared. Whatever it was, there were teachers who were doing things like that. So it was really inspiring to see the kind of work that was done in these schools.